Hello guys, welcome to Selenium with Java April 2023 batch online training session 3. So from today onward I will start with Java. So there will be 4 sessions from like basic to advanced Java, and today's you can learn about Java introduction, comment in Java, data type, variable, operator, Java object and classes, then Java string and different string methods, and single dimensional and multi-dimensional array, and Java for loop where I will Java loops where I will cover for loop, while loop and do while loop, and then the importance of break and continue keyword to control the for and while do while loop. So there are a lot of programming language, right? In case I'm starting about like C, C++, then Java. Nowadays there are a lot of other programming language available, like C has Python, right? Other important language. So Java programming language was developed by Sun Microsystem in 1995. Now it is the part of the Oracle Corporation. That is the reason, in case you want to install Java, you need to go to the Oracle site. You need to create your own account. Then you can install it, right? So nowadays I think one Java 19 versions available. Most important features of Java language are simple, object-oriented, portable, secured, platform-independent, architecture-neutral, high-performance, multi-threaded, robust, and interpreted. So Java is very easy or simple to learn, and syntax is simple, clean, and easy to understand. So according to Sun, whenever they developed, they mentioned that Java language is simple programming language, object oriented. So whenever C programming started, right, there was no concept of object oriented. But whenever C++ came into the market, I am talking about Java, Python, C has all of the programming having the features called OPS concept, right, object oriented programming structure. So Java is an object oriented programming language. Everything in Java is an object. Object oriented means user can organize their software as a combination of different type of object which incorporates both data and the behavior, right? So there are a couple of concepts in case I am talking about the object oriented. So object and classes will be there. Apart from that, the four important concepts: inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, encapsulation will be the part of the OPS concept. So I'll be covering in the upcoming sessions, no worry. Then portable. Java is portable because it facilitates user to carry the Java bytecode to any platform. It does not require any implementation. Then Java is secured because Java is best known for its security. With Java, user can develop anti-virus free system. Platform independent. Java is platform independent because it is different from other programming language like C, C++, etc., which are compiled into the platform specific machine, while Java is a you can write once and run anywhere. A platform is nothing but the hardware or software configuration of the environment where you can run the program. Why it is platform independent? Suppose say today you are writing some code in the Mac system. Tomorrow you can same code can be moved to the other platform, maybe Windows or Linux, and you can do the execution. Architectural neutral. Java compiler generates an architecture neutral object file format which makes the compiled code executable on many processors with the presence of Java runtime system or JRD. High performance. Java is faster than comparative to other traditional interpreted programming language because Java bytecode is close to native code. It is still a little bit slower than like C++, but still Java is more faster than the other language. Multi-threaded. So before multi-threaded, that will be covered in the upcoming video, no need to worry. But what is multi-threading? Multi-thread means the processor which will execute a program simultaneously. I'm just giving a simple example here. Suppose in a particular room there are 20 suites, and in case you are only person to eat all the 20 sweets, so what you can do, you can eat one by one all the sweets, and sometimes your capacity is to eat 10 sweet maximum a day, so 20 sweet you can eat in 2 days, right? So you are only working only one person who are trying to eat all the sweets. But in case I am giving 5%, in case I am giving 5%, So what will happen? So this 5% can pick up 5 sweets, and as and when they are be, I mean, eating sweets, right? They'll be taking one like that way. So that way, right? 20 sweets can be eaten, right, with a couple of minutes time. So that way, multiple person is working simultaneously to do the work completed at the earliest. So that is the concept of multi-threading. Robust. Robust means the strong. So Java is robust because there is an automated garbage collection process available in Java. What is the garbage collection process? So whatever thread is working, right? In case 10 thread is working and our work can be completed with minimal time, but in case you are not cleaning up this thread after execution, right? What will happen? It will take the memory, right? So you need to clear the thread. We need to clear the garbage whatever is not required. Suppose say you have, right, booked a lodge, okay, to perform some activity, maybe your marriage or maybe your rice eating ceremony, birthday celebration, like that. So what will happen? They will, right, give you the rent daily basis. So right, you have already invited couple of guests and everybody attended, they have their lunch or dinner like that, right? Whatever happened, all the kind of thing will be in the placed in the garbage, right? So you need to clear the garbage and you need to clean your right, lodge. Otherwise what happened next day, in case next vendor is coming, right, so they will not able to use it. Okay, so that is the way, right? Garbage need to be cleared in case they are not in active status. And apart from that, right, there is also mechanism to handle any kind of exceptions. So that are the different point makes like Java as robust. Then interpreted, Java bytecode is translated on the fly to native machine instruction and not stored anywhere. The development process is more rapid and analytical since the linking is an incremental and lightweight process. So that is the different features which makes Java more robust or more powerful in the industry. Then whenever you are dealing with Java, you need to know about the little bit of the architecture, how Java is working. So JVM is the first part, which is nothing but the Java virtual machine, which is an abstract machine, means it does not really exist, but it is a concept. It is called virtual because it does not physically exist. It is the application that provides runtime environment in which Java bytecode can be executed. It can also run those programs which are written in other language and compiled to Java bytecode. So whenever you are running any code, right, that code maybe your system will not able to understand. So you need to, right, compile the code with the help of the compiler. You need to transform the code, that Java code, to the bytecode. So at compile time, Java code is compiled by Java compiler and it converts to the Java code to the bytecode. Then JRE or Java runtime environment will come, which is a combination of JVM plus set of library. So JRE is a set of software tools which are used for developing Java application. It is used to provide a runtime environment. It is the implementation of JVM. It physically exists. It contains a set of library plus other files that JVM uses at runtime. Then after JRE, JDK will comes. You already seen, right, whenever you are installing Java, you already seen the JDK, right? You are setting the path for the Java underscore home, and then you are setting the path variable for the till the bin folder, right? So Java development kit or JDK software development environment, which is used to develop Java application and applets. It physically exists. It is a combination of JRE plus other development tools. So what are the other development tools? It can be a interpreter loader or compiler or archiver or document generator, etc., which will complete the package of Java application through which you can start your journey in the Java. The importance of Java in Selenium WebDriver. So Selenium written in Java, so hence Java is more compatible with Selenium, but it is not like that you have to use always Selenium with the Java, but there are other languages suitable like C has, Python, Ruby. You can also work with Selenium with this language. Good support for Selenium with Java, right? In case you want to search with like Google or YouTube, you will get plenty of videos, document, etc., to start your journey in Selenium with Java. Most of the Selenium testers are using Java, so knowledge sharing and clarification resolution is very easy. So in case I want to say, right, Selenium, so Selenium is compatible with Python, C, Java, Ruby, etc., but still I could say that right? Most of the projects still uses Selenium with Java only. That is the reason it's very important, right, to start your journey with Selenium with Java. Java is platform independent language. We can use Java on any operating system. It can be Mac, Windows, or Linux, etc. Then couple of syntax rule for Java. Java is case sensitive language. Case means lowercase, uppercase, it will be different completely. First letter of the class name should be uppercase. Method name should start with the lowercase. Interface name should start with lowercase. Package name should be in the lowercase. In case you are declaring some concept, it will be uppercase. Java program execution start from the main method, which is mandatory for every Java program. Every statement should end with semicolon. Code blocks enclosed with double bracket. Right? You already seen. So let me create some class. You already see this is the project. In case you are creating some Java project, uppercase, package, lowercase, class, right? Uppercase, right? We can create some class here. So I will be creating a Java class, maybe for session 3. And whenever you are executing, right, the Java program, so main method is always mandatory. So public static void main, and you could see here it is enclosed with the bracket, right? Class also enclosed with the bracket. In case you want to write something, right, that part should be right enclosed with the everything will be end with semicolon. So that are the different syntax you need to remember. So here, right, the capital O and small o will not work. So in case you are changing it, suppose to O to maybe O capital O, you can see the error message is coming, right? You could see cannot be resolved. So it should be case sensitive. Java is very case sensitive. So you need to use the exact word. And whenever you are using right that string, so definitely it should be kind of double quote. That other thing will be covered here. Okay. Now let's understand what is the importance of the main method and the SYSO method. So you already see how to create a project here. So with the help of the file new Java project, you can create a project. After the project is created, in case you want to deal with Selenium WebDriver, you need to associate the Selenium jar file to the project, and it will come in the reference library. But by default, whenever you are creating Java project, so Java related system library will be GRE system library will be already added to the project by default. Otherwise, in case you want to associate any kind of other jar file, so you need to right click, go to the properties, Java build path, and you can add external jars. If you want to add some library, you can click add library. That will be covered. Whenever you want to deal with the test ng or JUnit, then I'll be showing it, and you need to associate it so that any reference library will be showing in the under the reference library section. And then you can create some package in the search folder. Right click, new package. Then you can create within the package some classes. And as you will be creating the classes, you need to select the main method because you are dealing with the Java project. And here you could see the main method is coming, which is nothing but the public static void main string argument. And this is the SYSO method. So what is public? Public is nothing but the access modifier. So it can be public, private, protected, right? All the access modifier. And static is non-access modifier. So in case static, final, right? These are the called non-access modifier. And void is return type. So you already seen the Selenium session, right? In case you want to return something, so it will be integer, double, all this stuff because it's a data type. Void means it will not return anything, and main is nothing but the method name of the Java. Then SYSO is nothing. System is the class which is predefined in Java. Out, this is the instance of print system type, which is public and static member field of the system class. And println is nothing but the method name here. This is called method name in Java, and this is the argument, right, or the text, right, you want to, or the message you want to print in the console. Now how to run the Java code? You could see there is a run buttons available. You can click here and you can run it, right, session 3, all this stuff. Otherwise you can go right click here and you can go to run as, and the options will be coming as Java application because you are creating a Java class and you are running it. But you could see a lot of different options, and you could see after running it, hello Java is printed out. This is the message I want to print it out in the console, right? And this is the right screen. You could able to see your package name, class name, and the method name as well. So that is the way you will starting your journey first in the Java world. Then comments in Java. So this is sometime required. Suppose say in case you are having 1000 line of code, right? So and you are having suppose say 100 methods written. So sometime, right, in case you want to write some kind of user guide, right, can you write it in the code like that? So suppose say I am trying to write something that user guide to Java. You could see some error message is coming because the Java is not able to understand those things. But these are the thing you want to add it to give you the user guide. So it will not able to understand. So similarly, in case you are having 1,000 line of code and you want to give some instruction how to read through the code, how to inspect the code, how to deal with the code, right? You cannot give it. So what you can do, you can write whatever you want to write in English word, and you can give double slash. So that is the way you can give single line comment. So that will be there, right? Your instruction will be there, but what happen, right? But Java will not have kind of read those things because this will be disabled from the execution with the help of the comment. So that is called single line comment. So comment can be used to explain Java code and make it more readable. Comments are English word used for code documentation. Java supports single line and multiple line comment. Comments in Java makes the code readable. It also makes the code disable from the execution. So that is a single line comment you already understand. And suppose say I want to keep multiple lines. So is it possible to give slash 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 everywhere? No, it is not possible. So what you can do, you can select all the line, you can go to the source, you can add block comment. Otherwise, similar way, you can give star slash, and at the end you can give slash, sorry, star slash, and here slash star. If you want to give manually, so I'll be doing slash star at the starting of the line, and ending of the line I'll be giving star slash, so that all the code is disabled here. And here if you want to run, nothing will be disabled because all the code whatever you written is disabled. So that is the way, right? Comment might be sometime required to, right, enable or disable code from the execution. Then Java data type. So what is data type? Because you need to understand data type thoroughly, otherwise, right, you will not able to interact Java thoroughly. So data type is a classification of the data of, classification of the type of data which variables or object can hold in the computer programming. It can be any programming language, it does not matter. Java support two categories of data type. One is primitive and one is non-primitive. So in the primitive there will be four categories: integer, relational, character, and conditional. Integer will be like without decimal value, like byte, short, integer, long. And relational is nothing but with the decimal value, it will be float or double. Character is the only single character it can hold, A to Z, lowercase or uppercase. And conditional is nothing but the boolean will come where you can only hold two value, true or false. And non-primitive, there are a lot of data type or different data types like object, class, interface, string, and array. All this stuff is non-primitive. So byte, you could see the digit is 8 bits, means it can contain 2 to the power 8 character. 2 to the power 8 means 256. So it can contain only -1 to 28 to 0 to +127. That is the thing it can do. Hold. So how can I define? Suppose say define byte b equal to say 20. Right? That is the way you can define the variable with the data type. This is the variable, this is the value here. And now you could see some warning message is coming because that variable is not used anywhere. Now how can you use it? Now you can use, so it's already defined some variable, so you no need to give any double quote here, and simply you need to give the variable name here, and now it will be able to print it out. But it is having 2 to the power 8 digit maximum, so it can hold -128 to 127. But if you give 200, you could see error message will come. Why the error message is coming? Because that is not able to, right, able to hold the data at that range. So you need, what you need to do, you need to change it to integer. Now it will be fine because integer will hold 2 to the power 32 character value, so negative to positive. Long in case is more, 22 to the power 64 digit. So that is the way you can deal with this thing. And now if you print out, it will work. But in case you want to deal with suppose say decimal value, right? So in case you are giving something called decimal value, you could see some error message will be coming. So you cannot hold the decimal value in the integer. So what you can do, you can define something called float or double. So float will be 2 to the power 32 value, double 2 to the power 64 value. It can hold any decimal value. Say D. Like that. And I can print it out. Sorry, I mean anything give. Definitely it will be numeric value only with decimal value. You can run it here. You could see that is coming here. Then character, it will only consider single character. Suppose say character C equal to, within single quote you need to give it. All the integer without any quote, all double, right? Specific to integer data type, relation data type without any quote. But character it will only have one single quote, right? It can be content like A to Z, smaller case and lower upper case. Similarly, you can print it out. Then there is a boolean, right? You can create a variable called b1. It can only contain true or false. It will not contain any other value. In case you want to give it, it will throw the error. So your variable should be always unique, right? It cannot be it should be it should be unique. It cannot be duplicate. You cannot create multiple variable in the same class again and again. You could see here. Suppose you want to create one more variable called integer, right? You can see immediately error is coming. So duplicate local variable, it cannot be like that. So you give suppose a b2, then it will work. Suppose you can give 2000 here, and you can print the b2 respectively. So it will be work. And in case you want to change that value, right, to true one, it will work. No, it will only can contain true or false value, boolean variable. Similarly, false. Similarly, character only contain A to Z. In case you are giving like ZZ, it will throw the error. It can only contain A to Z with lowercase or uppercase. So that is the way. These are the primitive data type, right? You can deal with. Then lot of operation I will show you how you can do it. And non-primitive string will be covered in the upcoming sessions. Upcoming slides. Okay. So I will take a pause, guys. Any questions so far? Anyone? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Sure. So once you are able to understand Java, right, then you can easily integrate whatever you have learned so far. Okay, that will be. So I have tried to cover only 2 sessions. That is the reason. So then I'll cover all the topics from the Java. Then you can gain some confidence. Okay, that how the thing is working, happening, all this stuff, and then slowly you can get more and more interest. Definitely. Then variable. What is variable? So you already see, right? I am creating some variable with the data type. So variable is nothing but a container which will hold the variable value. Okay. So variable is a container which holds the value while the Java program will be executed. A variable is assigned with a data type. You cannot create a variable with a data type. Variable is the name of the memory location. Java variable are case sensitive. Variable name should not be matched with Java reserved or keyword. So why variable is case sensitive? Suppose say in case you are giving something called B, right? Capital B, you could see there will be no error because these are the variable will be considered two-way, right? And you could see here. So I have given B equal to 20,000. Now if I want to print B, so which B it will take? It will take that particular B because these are case sensitive. Okay, you could see that is the value is coming 20,000, not that 200. You cannot create variable with the reserve keyword, just like integer, double, like for, while, do while loop. You cannot do it. You could see immediately error is coming because for is the reserve keyword in Java. Static is the reserve keyword. Finally, there is lot of reserve keyword like if, else, break, continue. So you cannot create a variable with the reserve keyword. What you can do, you can give some one sign because that is not a reserve keyword. For is reserved, but for one, or you can give underscore as well. So you can use alphanumeric character value. Alphanumeric value, and you can use that sign called underscore while declaring the variable. Okay. Variable name must not exceed 250 character. Variable should be unique always. You cannot create duplicate variable. In Java, all the variable must be declared before you are using it. Suppose here I want to print out B, so I need to declare before that data type and the value also. In case you are doing it later, you could see error message is coming, right? Because I am trying to access B, but I have trying to define B later point of time. So it will not work. So it should be always defined before use. The value stored in the variable can be changed during program execution. Suppose say I have defined b here, value 20,000. So I can change the value of the b equal to. So only you need to define error type only one time. I can change the value called 300. I can change the value to b again to say 900. Now questions will be coming. What value it will take? So it will take the latest value here. It will print me the value called 900 here. Okay, whatever value you can define 10 types. So that is the reason, in case you don't want to change, we need to use the final keyword, so that I am making that variable as a constant, so that nobody can change it. So there are a lot of things there you can delete. You could say now it is coming because that is the latest value for the b. In the types of variable, let's comment it out, all this code here for now. There are primarily three type of variables available. Okay, in Java: local variable, instance variable, and the class variable. So local means it will be only defined within that particular methods, and outside that method nobody can access it. So that is called local variable. So you can declare the variable in the class level instead of main method also, because generally we should declare this that way. Instance variable means instance variable are declared inside the class but outside the body of the method. It is called instance because its value is instance specific and not shared among instances. Then the class variable means, in case you are, or static variable, in case you are defining something as static, you no need to create the object or instance immediately, right? Memory allocation will happen for that variable, and in the main method without creating the object or instance you can use it. Means single copy of the static variable will be shared among all the instances of the class. So let's have defined some variable. So here I can define something called integer a equal to say 20. What is this variable? This variable is called instance variable. Then I can use something called static int b equal to 30. So that is called class or static variable. And then local variable, I can create some method. No need to worry about the method, that will be covered in the upcoming session. So that is the way: public void say test1 test method. Then I can create some variable called say integer c equal to say 50, and I can print it out here. C. So that is called local variable. So this is the three type of variable I have defined within the main method, right? Within the main method. Sorry, within the class. Now I want to access them in the main method. How can I access it? So this is the variable I want to access it. This is written in the class level, not in the main method here. So I can use SYSO, and I can try to access B here. Let's see what happening. You could see there is no error message. So static variable means copy of the variable will be created and it will be shared across among all the resources within the class. That is the reason you can easily access the static variable everywhere within the class. Okay, no need to create an object or instance. But next, in case you want to access other variable a or c, what will happen? You cannot access it, a or c. You could see error message is coming. So instance variable, how can I access it? So local variable you cannot access it directly in the main method, not possible. But for the instance variable, first you need to create an object or instance for the class. How can I do it? So that is the class name. You need to create an object here equal to new class. So that is the syntax. You need to create an object or instance. Now with the help of the object reference, you can access those variable dot a. Now you can access it. So that is the difference between a static variable or instance variable. Static variable means you can directly use that variable in anywhere in that particular class. But in case it's an instance variable, first you need to create an object or instance of the class. Then with the help of the object or instance, you can use it. So that is the instance variable. But for the local variable, you cannot access it anywhere. What you can do it, you can need to call the method Then with that method you can access it. In case it is method, in that method the variable is defined thoroughly. Dot test method I will calling it. So it will give you that 50 value because that value defined and I want to access it. But on other way you cannot access the local variable in the main method because it only applicable within locally. So now it is coming for the B. What is the value? Is 30. It is printed here. Then the next I want to access the instance variable with the help of the object. It's so 20. It is printing here. And local variable I cannot access directly, but I am calling the method here. Whatever defined in the method, I have defined that variable, and I have just trying to print it out that value, and it is working like that way. So that is the way, right? You can deal with these three type of variable. Okay, in Java. I will take a pause here, guys, because that is very important concept you to understand. Okay, that is the reason I will taking a pause. Any questions? I will take it forward. All good? Okay. Then the Java operator. So in case suppose you want to do some addition, subtraction, right, with the arithmetic part, you can do it easily. 20 plus 30 equal 50, right, multiplication, division. So in the Java also there are a lot of operators available, arithmetic operator. Okay, so operator in Java is nothing but a symbol which is used to perform operations. It can be different operations, arithmetic operators, relationals, and assignment, and logical operator. So what I will do, I will comment out all this part first. I will define some variable, say integer a equal to, or maybe integer m equal to 30, integer n equal to 40 or 20, right? Then I can do some operation here. So say m plus n m minus n, right, m multiplied by m divided by n. So it will give you the full value, and remainder is that one, right? Modulus will be giving you the remainder. Means after division, in case something is left out, it will be giving you the remainder. And m divided by n, if you divide 30 by 20, it is 1.5, so it will give you the full value, right? Not the decimal value. It will give you 1 here, output will be 1, and remainder will be 10, right? So that is the remainder. You could see here 20 plus 30 equal to 50, 30 minus 20 equal to 10, 30 multiplied by 2600, division is 10, remainder is 10. So division is 1 and remainder is 10. Then there are two operators available called increment or decrement operator, right? So just first I will go here with the increment operator. So say in case I want to print out simply the value of m here, so what we will be doing, it will be giving me the value called 20, 30 for the first time. Then I am trying to do increment, and then again I want to print the value. So what will happen here? So that will give me 30. That will also give me 30. I am explaining you 30, and that will give me 31. Okay, so that is called post increment. So m value is already there, 30 is fine. Then in the next m plus plus means it will first print the value, and then the value will be increment by plus plus means 1. So it will now print the value 30, but it is now currently holding the value as 31 because it is already incremented by 1. That is the next time if you want to access the m variable, it will be display you 31. So that is called post increment. So value will be displayed first, then it will be incremented. And there is another concept called pre-increment, right? That is post increment, it is working fine. And there is another concept called pre-increment. So where it will be incremented first, then it will be printed out. Similarly, you can use the decrement, similar way, pre-decrement or the post-decrement. So here it will be printed you 31 because it will be incremented fast, then it will be displaying the value, and the next time at the new value is already holding, so it will be giving you 31. You could see here. Okay, sorry, here you already incremented 31. You can comment out this part so that it will work. So it is giving you 30 first, then it is pre-increment, 31 already added, and then 31 value is working here. So next, relational operator. In case you want to check whether the m equal to n, like, or less than greater than, you can use it. So I can comment out this part. I can check like m greater than n, right? Less than n, greater equal to n, equal to n, not equal to n. All this stuff I can do it. Right? Greater equal to n, then equal to means whether it's equal to or not equal to sign, that is the not equal to sign. So you can check, it will give you the boolean value, true or false. You could see m greater equal to n, yes, 30 is greater than 20. Okay, sorry, it will be greater equal to, okay, let's try equal to n, no, false, not equal to, yes, true. So that is the way you can deal with this, like relational operator. Then next one is assignment operator. So in case you are using plus plus or minus minus, it will increment by 1, right, at a time. But in case I want to increment right at a time 5, 10, like 20, like that, so how can I deal with that? Okay, so we'll see how can I deal with that. So what I can do, you can comment out this part first. So I already defined the value called m. Then I will be doing m. Suppose I want to add it by 10, then equal to sign. So now the value will be stored as 30 plus 10. So it will be giving me the result as 40. There are the operator you can use it. You could see 40. That is called assignment operator. Suppose in case you want to multiply by 10, you can give star sign. So it will be 30 multiplied by 10. So 300 will value it will be give. So instead of only one, right, you can do assigned. Whatever way you want to just change the value. Right, you can give negative, minus, or as division also. If you want to divide by 10, so it will give you 30 divided by 10 means 3. Right, you could see that is the way assignment operator will work. Logical is, you already, in case you already know the concept of logic gate, you already started, right? Is logical not, logical and logical or. Not means in case it is not equal, right? And means in case both are only true, it will be true, and or means in case anyone is true, it will be giving you the true. So what I can do, so in case you want to define multiple variables at the same time, so what you can do, I can define, say, multiple variables, because these are the same data type, right, p and q. So that is the way I can define, right? You could see multiple variable, so with comma you can give 10 variable also. Suppose say p equal to true, it primarily work here, q equal to false, right? Then how, what are the thing we can do it, you can check whether not equal to, right, what is the value of the p, not equal p, then you can check whether p ampersand, right, logical and q, and logical or also. So logical or is slash slash. So it will be giving you again, right, boolean value. You could see the p value was true, so not p equal to p means false, true and opposite to false. Then ampersand, because one value is false, it will be giving you false, and here one value is true and it is giving you true. So or means in any case anything is true, it will give you true. And means in case both only true, right? Only true. Suppose 1 or 0. 1 if you multiply it by 0, it will be still 0. 0 into 0, 0. 1, 0 into 1 also 0. Only 1 into 1 equal to 1. Means only in case both are true, then it will only give you true value. And here like true will be opposite to false, false will be opposite to true. So that is the way you can deal with these different kind of Java operator. So which are sometime you need to use it in the real time as well. Then the object and classes, you already see how to create the object of the classes, right? That with the help of that word, class name equal to object, sorry, that is a sign, class object and new object, right? That is the way you can define, create some object. Okay, so here you already created the class session 3. So how you can create more classes in the same thing? So what is the object and classes? First we need to understand. So an object in Java is a physical as well as logical entity, whereas a class in Java is a logical entity only. So class in the real world does not exist. It's logically exists but not physically, but object is really exists. Okay. So class is a group of objects which have the common properties. It is a template or blueprint from where object will be created. So object is an element of an application representing an instance of the class. An entity which is having the state and behavior is known as object. So suppose say I'm just giving example. Right, if I want to say bird. So can you understand anything with the help of the name of the bird? No. You need to give something called sparrow or crow, right? That is the way you can understand the bird. So these are the object and bird is the class. In case I want to say animal, can you easily understand with the help of the animal? No. In case I am saying that tiger, right? Cat, dog, elephant, lion, anything, right? Rat, then you can understand these are the existing is the rat, this is the rat. But animal is logically exists but not physically, right? So whatever is having the state and the behavior is known as object, and similar kind of object will form as a class. Okay, so that is the way you can establish the relationship between the object and the class. And a single class having multiple instance or object. So I'll be creating a student class here. So how can we define? This is the syntax: class name, and the field and the method. Let's try to define some classes here. Create some class, public class name. No need to give the access modifier also. So class student. Okay, and here you can define the variable. So data type and the variable name. So student will be having some role. Student will can have some name. So that is the two thing I want to define first. Okay, so that is the way I have created the class. Now if I want to create the object or instance, how can I do it? Says student1 is my object equal to new student, right? Then now with the help of that object, right, I can access those variable. Dot role, you can see here it is coming from the student class. Data type is data type is integer. Then similar way I can also go with the other variable dot name string student class. Now if I run my code, what value it will display? Can anyone tell me what value it will be displayed? Role and name in the console, what value it will be displayed? Give a try before running it. Anyone? So I have defined, right? This is the class I have created. I have defined the variable called roll number or roll in data type integer and the name as string. And now I want to access those variable here in the main method. So what value it will be printed out? Shavanti, Bala. Now what value it will be printed out? That is my question here. In the roll number or the name for that one. Okay, let's run it. Let's see. So you could see 0 and null. Why it is coming? Because I have declared variable integer and string, but I did not define any value. In case you did not define any value and you want to access it, so it will give you the default value of the data type. So what is the default value? For the integer, default value will be 0. For double, default value will be 0.0. For string, default value will be null. That is the reason it is coming as default value. But now I can define the value here. Suppose say s1 dot roll. I can define the value here. So equal to say 2 because it is integer. Then s1 dot name, say Raj, because it's a string within the double quote. Now you can, if you want to access it, so it will give you the value. So in case you are not defining any value, so it will give you the default value of the data type. You could see now it is coming. So what is the importance of the object? You can create multiple object or instance for that particular class. Suppose say in case you are having 20 students, right? You can create 20 object. So similar way you can define the value right here. Suppose say 5 roll number and name is say Vijay, and you can call it out. Okay, you could see here it is coming as 5 and Vijay. So that is the variable I can define here, and I can define the variable sometime and only the data type. But sometimes some of the variable value must be constant in nature. So what can I do? I can define some variable and I can assign the value also at the class level, because that value will not change from object to object. So suppose say I am creating a variable string called school name, right? So it will be common for all the students within the school. So I can give, suppose say uh, say state or district government school, right? So you can globally define the value also. Okay, and now if you want to access it, same value equally printed it out. So no need to define it again and again and again, right? So I can access it for all the object, but it will be giving me the same value, s1 dot school. You could see it is coming from the, but I already defined at the class level. So that is the way. Sometime in case the value you will never change, you can define only one time while declaring the variable type, and you can access it. But whatever value will change, you should never define the value in the class level. You should only define the data type and the variable name at as and when you want to use them, you need to use. You could see that is the coming everywhere, but I have defined only one time. So that is the way you can establish the relationship between the object and classes. So a single class can have multiple object or instance, right? You can define the variables whichever will be vary, and you can only define the data type, but whatever variable will be common for all your object or instance, you can define the value as well, so that whenever you want to access them, right, you can access all your object or the class or instances. I will take a pause here. Any questions? Okay. The next one is string. So you already see that there are a couple of, right, non-primitive data type, object and class you already learn, right? Interface and array will be learning soon. Okay, and the string here I will be discussing about the string. So as of now you already learn about the like integer, the double, character, right, or also the different boolean type, right? So you already see these are the things you can enter without double quote, and in case you are defining something called character, you need to keep within single quote, but in case you are dealing with string, you need to keep with the double quote. So what you can do, let's comment out this part. So string s1 hello Java. That is the way simply you can define a string. So string is a sequence of character written in double quote. String may have alphabets, number, and special character. An array of character work as same as Java string. String can be created also with the help of the new keyword, and you can convert a character to a string. Sorry, that is the way, right? The java.lang.string class provide many useful methods to perform operation on sequence of any character value. Now, if you want to print out the string value, so similar way you can simply print it out. So it will be only the s1. So it will give you the value called hello Java. You could see this is coming. So now there are a lot of important methods available. So I have tried to illustrate the important one, but there are, apart from this, there are a lot of methods you can find here. So you could use the plus sign to concatenate two string. So hello Java, and then I can define something called here called to string here hello Java, and I can give some space, right, then world. Then if I want to use sum positive or plus operation s1 plus s2, what will happen? It will concatenate, but for the numeric part the plus, in case it is a integer or decimal, it will work as a addition sign, but here it will be concatenation, right? This will only add these two string. So hello Java world, so this will be giving you the value, that is called concatenation. You could see here, in case you want to add 100, so what will happen? S1 plus 100, so it will concatenate. In case also you can concatenate p also, right? So what it will be displayed, like 200 hello Java and then 100. It will 200 plus 100 will not sum, right? It will be, you can see here the output will be 200 hello Java and then 100, concatenation with the help of the plus sign in the Java. Then in case you want to get the length here, right, that how many length is available, so it will, you can use the length method. So in case in the hello 1 2 3 4 5 space will be considered, so length 6 7 8 9 10. So in case you want to print out the length here, so what you can do, you can s1, if you press dot, all the methods available in right Java string class, it will be coming here length, right? It is, you could see it is coming from the string class, return type is integer, so it will be giving us the length as 10. So it will be 0 to 9, right? Length 10 means 0 to 9, you could see. Now if you want to define some character value, right, caret, you could see here dot caret, right, index number. Suppose say fifth index I want to display some value, what's available. So it is 0th index, first index, second, third, fourth, and fifth index it is blank, sorry. Okay, instead of that I want to get at sixth index, so it will be printed to GA. In case you want to display 15, it will be giving you null value or the blank value. So character at also you can use it, right? You could see Java J is coming, the sixth index means seventh element. So total 10 length, so it will be starting from 0 to 9. Then you can compare two string, right? In case two string are equal, it will give you 0, otherwise it will give you that particular part. So it will compare the value, return an integer which will tell you the string compared is less than or equal to greater value in the string. So what you can do here, so I can remove the space also. So s1 dot compare to, and ignore case, sometime in case you are having alphabetic like less lower case, upper case, you case, use it. So s2, I can remove that one. it will give you that value. So which one is starting with a higher case? So you could say negative sign, because S1 is H, is the lower alphabetic case A to Z, right? And W is coming later. So H to W difference is 15, but H is smaller. That is the reason it's coming as minus 15. But in case you give it S2 dot S1, it will give you plus 15. So that is the way you can use compared to. In case both are same, it will give you the 0 value. Okay. So if you want to give the detail part, right, how it is coming, there is a ASCII Java ASCII table. You can refer that one. So that way it will give you the difference, right, based on the character here. You could see what is the ASCII value for each and every character. Then you can get the difference. Right, extended ASCII. I think that is the link, right? Yeah. So what is the thing we are dealing with here, right? S2 is W, lowercase. So S. Okay. Extended ASCII. I think there are a couple of sites also available. You can deal with here. Yeah, that is the best one. So that is the way you can just find the difference here. We could see for every symbol it will be having some value, right? Symbol, what is the symbol? W, smaller w, right? What is the value you could find here? Lowercase w, the value will be different here. Lowercase w value is, right, I think 167, right? That is the ASCII value. Okay. And then for lowercase hello h, what is the value? 68. And you can get that, no, 150. So 150, and then for w it is 165, 67. So that is the way you can get the difference from this table. Okay. For each and every value there is a ASCII value, and it will difference between this ASCII value. Based on the ASCII value, it will get it. So that is the way you can try to understand how it is behaving. So equal ignore case. Sometime you can use ignore case, equaling, right? Ignore case. Suppose say I am defining something called hello, and I am using hello. Okay, both are same, but it is not the same as the right thing. So I can, what I can do, s2 dot equals, right, ignore case, means I want to ignore the uppercase lowercase, so it will give me the true. Not sure if index is not same, that is the reason. Here if you give L, now 1 second, H, why? Yeah, it is coming as true. Okay. So here it is showing error, because here is total 5 word, but you want to get something called 6. So that is the reason it is throwing some error, index out of bound exception. But here equal ignore case is giving you true, because that is the thing is matching, right? The first one. Length is 5, and then it is throwing the error. Because you cannot access it, right? Because the in case length is 5, so it will only having 0 to 4 character. That is the reason it is throwing the error. But in case you are giving a third position, so it will give you the L. So that is sometime in case that error might come. Index out of bound, right? You could see now it is coming as L. So now it is fine. So replace, in case you want to replace something, right, for a particular word with this part. So what you can do, So s2 dot replace. You could see here replace sequence character. In case you want to replace string for a particular thing, you can also replace the thing for the small digit. Otherwise you can go with the character also, character sequence also. Suppose say with character it will be single thing. Suppose say I want to replace L, right, with Z, I can do it. So now you could see HEZZO. Why? Okay, there is no L present for S2 because all are capital word. Now if you change it to small word, that is the reason it is not working. So these are the things, tip and tricks you can able to understand whenever you are doing some code. You could see now it is coming because lowercase and uppercase is not same. So there was nothing to replace, that is the reason still was coming as hello only. But now I have changed with uppercase, so that is the thing is coming. Right now, say I want to replace a phrase, right? So see here it is something called hello Java world. Now I want to replace the particular phrase, so I need to replace with in the double quote because that will be considered as a string. So instead of hello, in case I want to replace welcome, so I need to give double quote. Okay, now that particular phrase will be replaced, so I can replace a character, sequence of character, or a phrase as well. You could see now welcome Java world instead of hello Java world. That is the way you can use the replace part also. Then there are something called to uppercase to lowercase. You can move something. This is the hello, right, or hello Java world. In case you want to completely move it to uppercase, lowercase, you can do it. So s2 dot to upper, something like that, dot to uppercase, yes, to lowercase or to uppercase. These are the method available. Now if you run, lowercase means it will convert everything to lowercase, uppercase means it will convert everything to uppercase. So that is the way you can deal. Sometimes some spaces might be there at the trailing and ending. So whenever you will be drilling, that spaces will be there always displayed, right? You could see here, in case you want to run it, right? You could see the spaces is coming. But I don't want the spaces. I want to trim those spaces, remove those spaces. So what I can do? I can use the trim method available. Dot trim. Right, so it will only trim both the spaces from the leading page as well as the trailing page. It will remove. You could see hello. And after that also no space. It is coming to the next one. So the trims will return a string which any leading space, trailing white space will be being removed. Contents, you can check whether particular page is containing some word or not. Suppose say hello Java world, you can check whether that particular thing is containing Java or not. So in case it is content, it will give you true. S2 dot contents. So what I can do, I can use something called Java, right? Suppose in case you are having a book, you want to find a particular phrase, right? You can do it. In case you want to check with anything called Java 1 is available, so it will give you false. The first one is giving you true and second one is giving you false. You could see here the first one is true and second one is false because Java 1 is not available in that particular string. So that is the way. These are the different important methods available in the string class. Is empty, in case you can check whether it's empty, so you can define something called null, right? This is the null string, and you can check whether it's empty or not. So I can create a new variable called string s3. In case it is null, it will be like that only. That is the way it is null. So you can check to, it will giving you the true or false. Dot is empty. Similarly for the other variable, it will be is empty only s3, it will be giving you true. So you can go to the top, you can see first one is false because not empty, s2 is not empty, it's having, but s3 is empty, it is giving you true. Start with, in case check any string is starting with something or not, right? Suppose say I want to remove it, a similar way end with, right? So what you can do, you can check whether it start with hello, end with something like dot starts with. Similarly end with also you can do, you can give the suffix of the string. Suppose say I am giving something called hello, so it will give you true. Similarly end with you can check, right? In case it is not matching, it will giving you false. Exact what end with start with also, the first one will be coming as true. But in case you are giving is hello one, so it will be giving you the false. Exact thing. So that is the way you can check whether any book, right? Any, I mean, you are having one pages thing, but you cannot manually do it in the real time. Especially in case you are doing some testing with the document generation, right? All this part. So you can go with that. You can compare these two part, right, with the expect and actual one. Compare with ignore case. I mean, uppercase, lowercase, you can ignore it sometime. Right? In case typing major, but it will still give you exactly. That is the way you can automate it with the help of the string function. Substring, in case you want to get some substring, you can also get it. So say these are the strings available, so what can I do? I can get some substring. So there are two options available for the substring. So one is you can give the dot substring, right? Here you can give only the begin index, so it will, after the begin index, all the word will be printed out. In case you are giving the begin and end index, so within that limit it will be printed out. So in case I am giving begin index as 4, so after 4 onward it will be giving you, it will print everything, right? After 4 digits, so it will only, you could see here 4 means these are the 4 digit is not printed out, and from O onward it will be printing everything, right? O Java word. In case you are giving something called the starting index and index like that, you can also do it. So it will be printing all the word from 4 to 8. You could say here it is coming this 4 word 4 to 8, right? This O and then space and then Java. So that is the different thing, right? You can deal with the string class or method. This is very important, in case you want to validate some text, right? With the expected actual, you can use all this method, and you can definitely it will be helpful, so that automated process, right? You can start, I mean, go everything as automated instead of manual. Okay, then I will go to the next topics, then I will take a pause again. So array in Java. So yeah, as of now you already learned about the character array, we already learned about the string. But so array is nothing but a kind of collection of similar type of element which have the contiguous memory location. So the one is the drawback of the problem is the array is that you need to fix the size of the array whenever you defining, right? So that is the reason once you define the size, right, you cannot change it during runtime. Okay. So that is the reason, right? I don't want to declare the value, so otherwise, right, I cannot add more value. Or in case suppose say you declared the value as array size as 5, and in case I added 3 array, so remaining array it will take the default value of the data type. And in case you define the size of the array as 5 and you cannot add more than 5, it will throw the array index of out of bound exception, all this stuff. So an array is a very common type of data structure wherein all element must be same data type. It should be same, either integer, either float or double. It cannot be mix and match. Once defined, the size of an array is fixed and cannot increase to accommodate more element. Index start from 0 to n minus 1. We can store only the fixed size of the element in array. It does not grow its size in runtime. To solve the problem, Java collection framework is used in Java, which grows automatically. There are two types of array. One is single dimensional, means only one dimension, and multi-dimensional means m cross n matrix, multi-dimension. So there are two ways. I can directly define the array, otherwise I can go in 3-step process as well. I can declare the array, I can construct the array, I can initialize the array. I will show you how to deal with two type of array, maybe string or integer. So in single dimensional array, I will try to go in three-step process: declare the array, construct the array, and then initialize the array. So I'll first, let's comment out this code. I'll go with the string array first. String. So array name I can give string array. So dimension you need to define. So that is the first step, right? Declaring the array. Now constructing the size of the array. What I can do here, I already defined the array name and data type. Then I will define the size here with the help of the new keyword. So say size is 3, right? Yeah, new string, right? Then I need to, the first two step done, declaring, constructing. I need to initialize the value. So I have 3, means total length is 3, right? I can define something called string here. I will define the value here. Say 0 means the first variable here. Suppose say I can something called Rahul. Then second one I can give something called Raj, and third one I am not defining. So in case you are not giving, size is fixed, so it will take the default value of the data type, so it will take the null. Now if you want to print it out, how can I do it? The print the array, you can simply do it. Now it will be already taking the value here, and you can see the printout null, right? Because the size is 3. So in case nothing is there, you cannot use it. But in case you want to go beyond that, right? Whatever 3 is there, but you want to access the fourth element, which is not possible, so it will throw you the error during runtime. Array index of bound, something like that. You could see here, yeah, array index of bound of exception, because 3 is the bound, but your length you want to access it 4. Okay, so that is the way you can go with the single dimensional array, and which is three-step process you can follow. You can declare, you can construct, you can initialize. But I will go with the multi-dimensional array where I will directly define. Maybe I can take another type called integer. So what I can do, I can use two-dimensional array. So I need to go with one dimension, I need to go another dimension. Okay, I can give, suppose say int add, right? And here I can, two dimension I need to go with first bracket, second bracket. So this is for row. So say 1 2 comma 3, this is the row, right? And then I can give the comma here, and again second bracket 4 5 and 6. So how the value will be displayed here, so it will look like that: 1 2 and 3 row level, right? Then 4 5 and 6. So it is having 2 row and 3 column. So row is 0th row, that is called 0th row, that is called row 1, and column is 0th column, 1 column and second column. So now if you want to access it, any variable, so what you can do, you need to keep that one, and you need to keep the size. So I can keep the size called 0, maybe first, yeah. So what is that? zeroth row means that row, and second column means zeroth column, first column, and second column. So it will giving me 3 value. It will display me the 3 value. You could see. Now if you want to perform some operation, so I want to multiply that variable with other variable, which is one means that first row and second means 6. So what will happen? It will multiply 3 by 6. So that is the way you can do some operation on the array. So it will giving me 18. Desired result is 18. You could see. Will only applicable for especially for the all the arithmetic operation for the integer or the other data type, double or float. So that is the way, right? You can deal with the multi-dimensional array. You can define it directly, and you can access it. You can display, right? And other way, single dimensional array also you can deal with that. But this is a two-step process. You can directly go with the definition part, or you can declare the array. You can construct it. You can initialize it. So in case you are not, suppose in case your fixed size is 5, so you cannot change it at a point of time. And in case you are adding 4 elements, so remaining element will take the default value. For integer it will be 0, for short it will be 0, for double or float it will be 0.0, for string it will be null, like that. And in case you want to access more elements, so it will be giving you throw you the error called index out of bound exception, guys. Okay, I will take a pause, guys. Any questions from the any of the topic? All good, everyone? Because this is the very basic part of the Java or the core Java, I can say. But in case you are not able to understand the basic concept, right, you cannot go with the advanced part because that will be more and more complex. So, but these are the very important concept. You will be able to see the daily basis usage whenever you are doing the real time automation also. Everyone all good? Anyone any questions, any doubt, any clarification required? Okay. Then there is a concept called Java loops. What is the objective of loop? In case I want to iterate, right, any number of time, so can I call it like that way, like 1, 0, 2, all this stuff? No, I will not do it. I will be using some loop. There may be situation when user need to execute a block of code several number of times. In general, statements are executed sequentially. The first statement in a function is executed first, followed by second, and so on. Loop statements are used for repetitive execution. There are three types of loop available in Java: for loop, while loop, and do while loop. Apart from that, there is another loop is there called enhanced for loop or for each loop. That will be covered in the whenever I'll be covering that collection framework. So suppose say while loop is required. Suppose say I'm just giving a simple example. Suppose say there are you are residing in a complex. There are a couple of towers, couple of flats. Suppose say there will be a occasion of your your anniversary or your birthday, and you want to invite all the members. Maybe there can be some condition. I'll be explaining in the whenever how can you control the loop, right? So you can do go to one by one flat, you can invite them. So what you will do, you'll be using some loop one by one float to another float. That is the way, systematic way you can go, so that you will not miss anything. Okay. So whenever your iteration is fixed, you already know the condition, right? How many things you need to go, you can go with the for loop. But in case your iteration is not fixed, you can go with the while and do while loop. And while loop, it will first check the condition and then it will execute. While do while loop, it will first execute at least once, then it will check the condition. So the Java for loop is a control flow statement that interacts a part of the program multiple times. For loop repeats a block of statement for a specified number of times. If the number of iterations is fixed, it is recommended to use the for loop. What is the syntax? You already see how to you are using for loop in the last two sessions. For start value, end value, increment, decrement operator, and the statement. So I'll go with some example. So what is the syntax for? say integer I equal to 0, starting from 0, I less than equal to 5. So it will go till 5 less equal to you are using, then semicolon I plus plus. Then within the double quote you need to give the whatever you want to print out I. Now if you want to execute, so it will starting with 0, it will go till 5 because your sign is equal to 5 and it will go here. That is the way you can use the increment operator. Right, now let's go with the different way, decrement. So I can start with 10 and I want to go till say getter equal to 5. So I want to go till 5 from starting with 10. So it will be minus minus, right? I want to decrease the size 10 to 5. If you want to execute, so it will be 5. Could say 10 to 5. But in case your condition is like less than equal to, it will still not work. It will not give you anything. Because starting with 10 and you want to check less than 5, how it is possible? It is not possible, so it will not give anything. That is the reason it is not working anything. But in case you are giving something greater equal to 5, it will work. Then sometime your condition might be right, you want to execute everything but you don't want to go with couple of stuff. Suppose there is a flat, you already know 30 flat, but you don't want to go to 2 flat because you have some relational problem, right? You do not have the good relation with those things, you can skip with that. Okay, so what I can do, I can use some if there, if, so I want to iterate till 10 to suppose say 2 I want to go 10 9 8 7 5 6 4 3 like that, but I don't want to go with couple of condition. So if I not equal to say 7, I don't want to do, right? And also I don't want to go with, you can use the ampersand size, right? I don't want to go to the 4, and remaining thing I want to go. I need to give that a cat. I need to. Okay. Things should work, yeah. So I'm giving some condition that I don't want to check in case it's matching with 7 or 4. Remaining thing I want to do. You could see here 10 9 8 7 is not coming because I want to ignore it. I don't want to check. If not equal to 7 or not equal to 4 only, I want to execute. 6 5 and 4 is not there and 3 to 2 is coming. So that is the way you can deal with the different for loop from the increment to decrement operator. Then you can go with the while loop. So what is while? Whenever number of iteration is not fixed, you can go with the while loop. So initialization, then you will check for the condition, then you will go for the statement, then you will increment the decrement. So in case condition is not matching, it will not execute anything. Okay, so suppose say I can define something called integer I equal to 5. Then while you want to check the condition, so I less than 12, less than 12, so it will go till 11, right? Less than 12. Then here I want to print out the value of I and I plus plus. So it will first check the condition. In case condition is matching only, it will execute. You could see 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. But in case condition is not matching, it will not execute anything. You could see. So first condition will be checked. In case it is not matching, it will not execute anything. So that is the concept of while loop. And do while means it will execute at least once, right? Whether the condition is matching or not matching. Okay. So what is the syntax? Initialization then do. So here first thing is that I will be using do, right? then do, then your body, and then I plus plus, and here you need to give the condition. You need to end with semicolon, I think, yeah. So what happen? It will be at least executed at least once. If condition is matching, that is fine. In case still condition is not matching, still it will execute one. Sometime I need to execute, right, at least one time. So you'll be learning this part. Suppose say in case you want to iterate for couple of time, right, but you don't want to go with that. But if, I mean, you need to open the browser, you need to close the browser. So that is the reason you need to quit that code, right, sometimes. So that is the way also the finally block is there. And right, so I mean, in case you want to see whether that it is at least executing one times, that is the way you can deal with the do while loop. Otherwise you can go with the while loop or for loop. So for loop will be used for whenever your number of condition is fixed. In case number of condition is not fixed, you can go with the while do while loop. In case you want to check whether your thing is, I mean, past condition is met and you want to execute, you can go with the while. But in case you want to execute at least once whether condition is matching or not matching, you can go with the do while loop. Then there are two important keywords available. Apart from that, there is another loop called for each loop that will be covered whenever I will be covering that array part. Okay, but there are two couples of keywords available in the Java, which is called the break and continue statement. With the help of that, you can control the loop. So suppose I was saying the example, right? You want to invite all your flat member. Okay, so that is the way you can use the loop. But there can be some other situation, right? So you already came to new to the flat, okay, to your block or the flat. So there are 100 flat members available. You want to search a person, but you do not know his flat number. Okay, so what you can do? You can go one by one, and in case some person is matching, your condition is matching, you want to, right, I don't want to move the remaining flat because the condition is matching. So you can use the break the loop. You already seen the last time I was telling. In case your mechanism is matching, you don't want to waste the time. Okay, so you can use the break keyword. And suppose say in case you are having 30 flat members, you want to, right, invite everyone without couple of members, you can use the continue, right? Suppose you want one member you don't want to invite, so you can use continue, so that that member will be ignored and the remaining thing will be executed. So that is the way you can use it. So loop control statement change execution from its origin normal sequence. When execution leaves a scope, all automating objects that are created in the scope will be destroyed. Java supports break and continue control statement. When a break statement is encountered inside a loop, the loop is immediately terminated and the program control resumes at the next statement following the loop. The Java break is used to break the loop or switch statement. It breaks the current flow of the program at the specified condition. In case you are using inner loop, only the control will be terminated from the inner, but then control will go to the outer loop. So let's see. So some loop. That is the loop we have used for the for loop, right? Okay, if you run it, right, in case you want to go with 8, you can also go with that. So it will give you value from 0 to 8. You could see. Now in case you want to break the loop, what you can do? I can give some condition. So I can give some condition here. If I equal to 4, in case I equal to 4, I want to break the loop, right? I don't want to continue the loop. That is the condition you can give it. So what will happen? It will go till 4. As certain condition is matching, it will immediately break the loop. So it will print out 0 1 2 3. You could see here the remaining thing is not getting executed. But for the continue one, the continue keyword can be used in any of the loop control structure. It causes the loop to immediately jump to the next iteration of the loop. It will skip that iteration. The purpose of writing continue statement in Java code is to skip the current iteration of a loop, say for while and do while also. The continue statement break one iteration in the loop if the specified condition occurs and continue with the next iteration in the loop. Here if you use instead of break, if you use continue, so what will happen? You could see the color is also getting changed because that is the reserve keyword from the Java. It will immediately skip that I equal to 4. It will print 0 1 2 3 and it will again start from 5 6 7 8 like that. You could see here the 4 is getting right skipped. So that is the way break and continue difference. Break means it will terminate the loop right prematurely because it won't want to execute the remaining part as an condition is matching. But in case you was containing that remaining that particular condition will be skipped and remaining thing will be executed. Okay. So that is the last topic from today. I will reiterate once more time and then I will take any questions. So Java is a part of the Oracle composition. It is having a lot of advantage, right? Kind of features: simple, object-oriented, portable, secured, right? High performance, multi-threaded, robust, interpreted. That is the reason it is lot of kind of developer, tester, right? Daily basis using Java. Still, there are a lot of computers still available, but still Java is more demand in the market. Like then Java development kit will be you can say JVM GRE will be integrated. Apart from that, lot of development will be there, and Java development kit is giving the environment where you can run your Java code or develop your you can start the development process for Java application on the applet. Java is case sensitive, right? Couple of stuff you need to follow it, right? All the things will be ended with semicolon. Java program execution will start with main method, right? Code with end with double quote, right? You can launch, create a project, package, class, and you can run something. Then you can get your desired outcome. There are a lot of data types available: primitive and non-primitive, primitive, integer, relational, character, conditionals will be there, right? All the integer relationals will be without double quote, character will be within single quote, and class will be within the double quote. Like variable is a container, you can declare the variable should be unique in nature in the class, right? That local variable instance and the class variable will be there. Local will be only applicable to the local method of the block of code, right? Instance variable you need to create an object instance first, then you can access the variable. And static variable you can directly access in the main method whatever way it defined in the class level. There are a lot of operation, arithmetic, relational, assignment, logical you can perform in the Java. Object and classes. So object is the real-time entity, right? Which is having the state and the behavior, and the like lot of similar kind of object will form a class. So string is nothing but a sequence of character. There are a lot of important methods available, right, within the string class. Like you can concatenate, you can check, right, you can get the length, you can replace, you can change to uppercase, lowercase, you can remove the kind of white spaces, you can check whether content empty, start with, end with. You can also get the sum string. This is the important method. Apart from that, couple of other methods available in the string. Array is a collection of the process of the similar data type, right? Array you need to fix the size of the array. You can go with a single dimensional, multi-dimensional array with any data type. It can be string, integer, double, float also, right? You can and go with the three-step process. Apart from that, you can go with directly defining and value assigning the value of the array. But I want the size is fixed, you cannot change the size. And in case you are not defining any value, so the remaining value will be right with the default data type value. And there may be situation where you need to iterate the same thing again and again and again. You can use the loop. There are 503 loop, for loop, while loop, and do while loop. And apart from that, for each loop also available to deal with the collection framework. And for is nothing, whenever your size is fixed you can go with the for loop. In case your size is not fixed you can go with the while and do while loop. So while loop will first check the condition, then your loop will be executed. For do while loop it will execute at least once whether the condition is matching or not. And you can control this to loop with the help of the keyword called break and continue. So break means it will, once the condition is matching, it will terminate the loop, and continue means if the condition is matching, it will just kind of exclude that particular condition, and remaining condition it will again resume. So that's all from today's session, guys. Thank you.